So why does the middle class stay middle class? You know what I mean? You're putting in the hours, doing everything right, playing by the rules, but you're just not getting ahead. You follow the script society hands you, but you never seem to actually build wealth. It's incredibly frustrating for millions of people, and if you've ever stared at your bank account and wondered why all your hard work isn't translating into real money, well, you are definitely not alone.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to literally unpack exactly what's going on here. We'll map out the hidden rules of money you need to know to escape these middle-class traps, and we'll break down these complex financial mechanics into clear, actionable things you can actually use. Here's our roadmap for today. We're covering the wealth illusion, the debt money trap, common investing mistakes, navigating the fund maze, and finally, investing in yourself. Let's get right into it.
Part 1. The wealth illusion. Unlearning what you were taught.
Because, let's be real, a lot of middle-class stagnation comes down to a total lack of actual financial education. The trap starts super early because of this massive disconnect in what we're taught. Think about it. Traditional school teaches you to get good grades to secure a safe job with a steady paycheck, right? But school absolutely does not teach you how money actually works. It doesn't show you how capital flows or how to use leverage or how inflation is just quietly eating away your savings in the background. Basically, you're taught how to be a great employee, not an owner.
And this brings us to the Rockefeller approach. Notice how the ultra-wealthy operate like a puppeteer pulling the strings of massive corporations. While the middle class is laser-focused on just earning a higher salary, the wealthy are playing a totally different game. They focus on control. It's not about how much cash you have sitting in a savings account. It's like a giant puzzle where you want to control the pieces, the income-producing assets. Because if you don't control the assets, well, you're just a cog in a machine that somebody else is controlling.
All right, moving to part 2, the debt money trap, how the system actually keeps you borrowing. This right here is the exact mechanism that keeps people stuck and prevents you from acquiring assets. It's a 3-step trap. 1, borrow. 2, control. 3, cash out. It's a relentless cycle designed to extract wealth from the middle class and siphon it straight up to financial institutions.
Here's how it plays out in real life. You start with borrowing, taking out a loan for money you don't actually have yet. And boom, that immediately locks you into the control phase. The bank basically controls your biggest assets, like your house or your business, because you are physically chained to that debt. And then, the final step, the massive financial institutions cash out. Every single time you make a mortgage payment or pay a crazy credit card interest rate, they are cashing out on your labor. You take on literally all the risk and all the sweat, and the system just takes a guaranteed return. Wild, right? Section 3. Common investing mistakes. Misunderstanding the market.
So what happens when people try to escape this debt trap? Well, they usually try to sprint way before they can walk. You see this frantic, almost casino-like scramble to just, learn stocks fast, staring at volatile charts for huge tech companies and getting totally overwhelmed. And honestly, that's just gambling. Contrast that frantic energy with mastering actual basic economics, grounded concepts, supply and demand, taxes, real estate. Jumping headfirst into hot stocks without grasping the economic basics is a massive trap that completely wipes out middle-class savings all the time.
To break out of that gambling mindset, you need a real system. And a foundational piece of that is value investing. This isn't about chasing the next big trend on social media. It's the disciplined strategy of picking stocks that trade for less than their actual intrinsic value. Basically, it's the art of buying $1 for 50 cents.
And this is absolutely crucial, avoiding the hype. Look at how people usually behave when a market spikes. The middle class almost always ends up buying right at the peak because they're investing based on pure emotion and FOMO. But if you look at foundational texts like Benjamin Graham's The Intelligent Investor, the approach is totally different. The smart move is to ignore the hype, ignore those dizzying peaks, and look for fundamental value exactly when everyone else is panicking.
Okay, Section 4. Navigating the fund maze. Getting to know your investment vehicles.
Once you've got the mindset down, you have to actually choose your tools. And yeah, the financial industry loves their confusing jargon. It's a total alphabet soup. You've got index funds, mutual funds, hedge funds, and ETFs. For a beginner, it's super intimidating. But really, these are just different vehicles to put your money to work. Knowing the difference between them is the secret to protecting your returns. Let's break this down simply. Mutual funds, they're actively managed by pros, which sounds awesome until you realize those managers charge high fees that just eat into your profits, whether the fund actually does well or not. Hedge funds, those are pretty much locked away for the ultra-wealthy and use super high-risk strategies. But then you have index funds and ETFs. These are passive. They just track the market as a whole. That means the fees are incredibly low and anybody can access them. For the middle class trying to build long-term wealth without getting crushed by hidden fees, low-cost index funds and ETFs are, hands down, some of the most effective escape tools.
Finally, Section 5. Invest in yourself. The ultimate ROI.
So we've talked about the traps, the mechanics, and the tools. But listen, before you put a single dollar into an ETF or buy a piece of real estate, there is one step you absolutely cannot skip. The highest return on investment, the ultimate ROI, comes from looking right in the mirror. It doesn't come from Wall Street, you know? It comes from upgrading your own skills, your own knowledge, your own financial literacy. Because a shiny new stock strategy isn't going to save you if you don't have the discipline to actually execute it.
Let that sit for a second. Escaping the middle class isn't just about tweaking your budget. It's about fundamentally changing what you know. If you take away anything from this explainer today, let it be this. Breaking out of this cycle is on you. It's your responsibility. You have to actively reject these financial traps that are literally designed to keep you borrowing. And you do that by rewiring your mental framework first.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with something to really think about. Take a close look at your own life. Are your daily financial habits secretly keeping you broke? Are you working yourself to the bone just to hand your wealth straight over to these institutions? The knowledge is out there. The tools are right in front of you. But the choice to finally step out of the trap, that's entirely yours. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep learning and go start taking control of your assets.